At 6:13 a.m., my security camera caught her HOA president VY and Marsh, skulking through the dawn mist in a neon vest so tight it screamed midlife crisis, dodging behind my hay bales like a discount spy. Clutching a clipboard and a walkie-talkie, she hissed orders to her inspection squad, as if storming a cartel hideout. If I hadn't been nursing coffee and watching the live feed, I'd have thought it was a fever dream. But no, Vivy Wine was trespassing on my ranch with 3 HOA cronies overdressed, underqualified, wielding tape measures, magnifying glasses, and laminated bylaws like they were CSI. Suburbia. 1. Leonard, a retired banker who once fined me for chaotic firewood, scribbled notes by my chicken coop as if he'd busted a smuggling ring. I stepped onto the porch, boots on, flannel flapping, coffee in hand, confusion hardening into rage. This wasn't nosy neighbor nonsense. It was a calculated invasion, and they hadn't even sent a warning. I shouted toward the fence, but Vivy Wine just flashed her patented fake smile, yelling about emergency compliance audits and urgent VY Sewell inspections. I knew the real score. A week earlier, she'd pushed a rule to ban livestock VY Seibel from the road, targeting my ranch despite my 20-year tenure predating the HOA. When the community shot it down, she stormed out, vowing, "This isn't over." Now, here she was, clipboard raised like a scepter, her squad measuring my barn as if planning to seize it. Vivy Wine, I called, striding to the gate. "Care to explain why you're trespassing at dawn with a posse?" She shrugged smugly. HOA Code 17B permits surprise inspections for compliance emergencies. I got an anonymous tip about unpermitted structures, illegal fencing, and hazardous feed storage. I snorted. "Your own voicemail again?" She ignored me, signaling Leonard to snap barn photos. I blocked him. "This is private land, not your clubhouse lawn. You're no sheriff." Vivy Wine was ready, whipping out a county GIS map and pointing to a sliver of my property overlapping a community greenbelt I'd maintained for years out of goodwill. "This gives us jurisdiction to inspect adjacent areas for environmental impact," she declared. That's when I dropped the nice act. I pulled up my ranch's security app upgraded after coyote scares and passed trespassers with motion sensors and remote gates. One tap, and the dog paddock unlatched. 3 booming barks shattered the quiet, followed by the thunder of paws. Out charged Buck, Daisy, and Rex, my 300-pound trio of livestock guard dog furry tanks who'd never harm a soul unless it threatened sheep or swiped feed. They loved one game: chase the intruder. Vivy Wine's team spun around as the dogs barreled toward them. Leonard yelped, dropping his tape measure. Another dove into weeds. The third froze. Vivy Wine stood her ground, brandishing her clipboard like a shield. Buck skidded to a stop, licking it so hard papers flew. "Call them off," she shrieked. I crossed my arms. "Why? They're just inspecting you. You said inspections are fine." Daisy sniffed her shoes. Rex tugged her walkie-talkie strap. Leonard tripped over a hose, sprawling in mud. I laughed, then whistled the dogs back. They pranced off, tails wagging, mission accomplished. Vivy Wine, vest torn, clipboard ruined, dignity in tatters, fumed. "This VY OLAT's protocol. I'm filing a complaint." "Go ahead," I said, pointing to note, "Want the footage emailed to the board or posted on the HOA's Facebook?" She clammed up, gathered her rattled crew, and retreated, muttering about lawsuits. I sipped my coffee, dogs at my side, and downloaded the VY Deo to 3 drives. This was VY and opening salvo, but I was ready for war. 2 days later, my mailbox choked on HOA letters, each stamped with their logo, listing violations so absurd I laughed. My chickens were noise pollutants, my barn's green paint VY Sewell hostile, my silo allegedly hid an unregistered structure. One claimed my goats VY OLAT spiritual harmony limits. It was VY Anne's revenge, a paper blizzard to bury me into submission. She thought I'd cave or sell. She didn't know I had time, grit, and a knack for fighting back. I scanned every complaint, color-coded them, and pinned a zoning map to spot patterns. The violations aligned with drone camera angles. VYN wasn't guessing she was spying. Next morning, a black drone buzzed my barn, tilting for shots of my haystack. I grabbed the garden hose, set it to jet, and blasted it mid-flight. It spun like a drunk wasp and crashed in my flower bed. Inside, its SD card held VY Deos of my barn, paddock, even my irrigation system by VY, and desperate surveillance. I mailed it back to the HOA in a box of chicken feathers with a note. Want another look? Try knocking. P.S. My rooster wants royalties. That struck a nerve. The next day, VY slid a letter under my gate, citing a missing permit for my 1998 storage shed, claiming it was newly constructed and faced demolition. I'd filed that permit years ago, but after tearing through old files, it was gone vanished from county records. A clerk confirmed a board member, VYM, had requested an archive deletion 2 weeks prior. She'd erased my permit to fabricate a violation. Fury burned, but I dug deeper. In my grandfather's shed amid 1999 Polaroids, I found a yellowed carbon copy of the permit stamped, signed legit. I made copies, locked the original away, and mailed a packet to every board member. Photos of the shed from 2002, the permit, and a letter titled The Ranch Files, a historical correction. Silence followed for 3 days, no fines, no VYN. It felt like the calm before a tornado. Then, an orange envelope appeared, duct taped to my fence. A DULA 500 fine for non-compliance and emotional distress to board members. Signed by VYN alone, it was a tantrum in ink. I laughed, startling a crow, and planned my counterstrike, Rural Heritage Day. I plastered flyers across the community, inviting all to my ranch for hay rides, barn tours, and a goat parade. Saturday dawned bright. Families arrived, kids got face painted, and my goats marched in vests reading, HOA-compliant superstar. As the parade passed the HOA office, VYN watched from the window, faced like a storm cloud. I let 2 cows nap by the office entrance, and kids chalked smiley faces on the sidewalk. VYN stormed out, slipped in goat droppings, and flailed as cameras clicked. "Remove this circus," she screamed, citing health codes. I pointed to my property line. "This is my land, VYN. Surely you support community spirit." The crowd roared. She tried shooing a cow, which ignored her. Slipping again, she retreated, humiliated. Videos of VYN versus Goat Parade went viral, one with circus music, another tallying her stumbles. The HOA's Facebook drowned in memes. Whispers grew. Board members wanted VYN out. Her fines, drones, and lies screamed obsession, not leadership. One night, I spotted her SUV idling near my greenbelt, headlights off, watching. I approached with a flashlight. She sped away. Next day, her email announced an emergency meeting to grant the HOA power over adjacent landowners. She was delusional, but I had the footage, documents, and a fed-up board. At the meeting, VYN slideshow of my violations flopped when my lawyer, a rural zoning shark, stood unannounced. "We're suing for defamation, illegal surveillance, trespassing, and harassment," she said, presenting drone footage, the recovered permit, and proof VYN deleted county records. "Criminal charges may apply." VYN sputtered, claiming anonymous tips and an emergency clause. A board member, Ellen, asked, "Who authorized this without approval?" My lawyer revealed VYN's fake Section 8B charter clause. The room froze. A no-confidence vote passed 8-1. VYN was suspended. At dawn, cameras caught her again, planting fake pesticide cans and forged blueprints by my shed. I called the sheriff. Deputies cuffed her mid-scheme, her lies crumbling. She screamed I'd framed her, but the footage was ironclad. Charged with trespassing and EVY tampering, her HOA reign ended. The board banned her permanently, and my lawyer CIVYL's suit forced a 5-figure settlement and a public apology. At a community barbecue, VYN read it, voice flat, admitting she'd abused power and targeted me unjustly. No one clapped. She left, vanishing behind parked cars. The HOA, under new President Ellen, RE-VY, set its charter to protect rural properties, dubbing it the Marsh Warning Clause. The sheriff offered my dogs honorary patrol badges, framed in the barn. A plaque, Defender of the Land, hung on my porch. Neighbors brought pies, kids loved the goats, and peace settled not silence, but the kind earned by standing firm. VY and's fall wasn't my VY Tory. It was the community's, proof that clipboards don't outlast truth. My sign now reads, "No trespassing." Smile for the cameras. If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.